John, why is everyone such a hater on the GTR?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of people that, love the GTR, but they don't think it's a real GTR because, of course, it doesn't have the original motor in it, maybe the original tranny, but...
That's, yep.
Yeah, but I mean...
So that means they're not hating the GTR, it's not a GTR.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Hey, whoa, wow, we're getting deep right out the gate.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Trace. Jeez,
Okay.
Trace Carson, Sharkfest shows up. I guess you're my first guest.
Yes, I am the first guest.
We thought Scott Woody's going to be our first guest.
Did he not answer?
Scott Woody, actually, from 1320, is going to be our officially second guest.
Can somebody get a hold of his agent?
Yes, somebody, please.
All right, next question. I asked you this once because I was interested. How far do you plan to take Odom racing?
Ooh.
That's
that's a big one.
That's a big question.
So, as you guys know, my son races, right? He road races. Trace road races, Kenzie road races, and then I drag race and do some road racing. It kind of started out as
a hobby.
Kind of a hobby.
Yeah.
And it's really turned into a business. And, the Street Outlaws things took off, and, we were grateful to be asked to be on there.
Yep.
And that took off, and then, Hudson really has kind of pulled away from the track racing because he spent time with his dad.
Exactly.
He's there every weekend, buckling me in, make sure I'm okay. And, that's really cool for me, but, I still want him to experience his side. So, I think the sky's the limit really at this point because it seems to be growing. The popularity seems to be growing because of all you guys. So we're really grateful for that.
So, Odom Racing F1, is that the goal?
Yeah. Okay, we're going there. Deep out the gate, folks.
Yep.
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay, we're going to have an F1 team. Just give it 10 years.
Yes, let's go 5.
They'll all be electric. 5 years.
Let's go
5 years, Odom Racing F1. All right. Justin Swanstrom says,
"What's up?
Who's your daddy?"
What up, Jay?
Well, you got to say it because he went undefeated against you.
He did. So if you remember, at the beginning of this year, we made a bet. It kind of got messed up through the deal because he got into the grade 8 early, and then I eventually got into grade 8, and we had a bet like $5,000 a weekend for all of the races.
Yep.
Now I think we only did it 2 or 3 times, but it still didn't matter. I don't think I beat Justin Swanstrom all year. Like, I beat Ryan Martin, I beat Lef Lutz, I beat everyone else, but I could not beat, I beat Chikai, I beat Lizzie, I just could not beat, he's like my nemesis. He's like the kryptonite, you know what I mean?
I guess he's still...
So Justin Swanstrom, I guess you're my dad right now. But
that's going to change.
Hey, next year,
it's going to change.
Next year, I got to go back and redeem myself. But listen, Justin's a great racer, right? He does a great job. He's fast. His dad's a great tuner. So it's really cool to be able to, race with those guys. And
what showed it was the night we were in Vegas, and we all needed to go to sleep, and it was like 1 a.m, and he stayed all night and just watched everybody racing.
Yeah.
And just watched.
I feel like I'm a real drag racer, but that dude did a lot of heart and a lot of spirit, and we just love being able to race with him.
That's all he does. It's awesome. Anyways, thanks for the message, Justin. Appreciate you getting involved. This guy wants to know if he'll be at PRI. If he'll take a photo with you.
Yeah, hell yeah. We, I think we leave Wednesday. I have some business in the morning, so we have a late flight. I don't think we leave till 2, and we get there at like 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. But we'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I think we come home Sunday. But yeah, so let's talk about that. My car will be in the Stainless Works booth. They're one of my sponsors, so the GTR will be there. I'm sure I'll be in the booth signing autographs sometime. I know that the Street Outlaws gave me a list of things I need to do, in the Street Outlaws in their ballroom. But just come by, say hi. This happens because of you guys, and that I love the fans, I love my supporters, and that's why we're here.
Exactly. All right. What is your all-around best time for that car? I guess 8th, which you can't say.
8th mile.
You don't want to say that. Or you could just talk about the Maryland run, because that was
quarter mile. So 8th. We're under 4 seconds in the 8th, of course, over 200 miles an hour. I'll say that much. I think in Maryland we did a quarter mile. I think the car blew up every time right before the quarter mile.
If you haven't seen that video,
it's pretty epic.
By far our most expensive.
And I made it to the semifinals at a race that nobody said we could win. Prep, quarter mile. But it did 234 at 570, 580?
580, 570, yeah.
So, it's well under 4 seconds in the 8th mile and well over 200 miles an hour. So,
Yep.
You know, Jim does a great job tuning that car, and David Mundy does a great job building it, of course. And so, like I said, those guys made me look good this year, because without that car bringing up the back, bringing up the rear for me, I had struggled early on, but I think we got it now.
You yanked it out, pulling a 7th place finish.
Seventh place finish. Yeah, I missed the first race, so yeah.
All right, that answers our next question, which was, does your GTR really go 300 miles an hour? I mean, it can if you let it run long enough.
Well, I mean, if you push it off a cliff,
Yeah.
and we got terminal velocity. Can it do 300 miles an hour? Is that what's terminal velocity, Trace?
I think it's under 300 miles an hour.
Oh, then probably wouldn't be there.
Never mind, the GTR can never go over 300.
We were thinking if we dropped it off a cliff. But
I guess not.
yeah, no.
All right, that's a good question. Everybody's been hating on that reel, right?
It's a real. They were having fun.
You guys know we're having
the
fun.
haters were talking a lot of crap, and so we just put something out there to be funny. And so yeah.
Nah, don't worry. We're not. I mean, we're a little dumb.
Yeah.
We're not that dumb.
I even thought, well, if we can't go 300 miles an hour off the cliff, then it's not.
Maybe I just take it back. I take it back. Okay, we're down to 4 more left from the Instagram story asks. So thank you guys that popped on early and asked.
Absolutely.
What got you interested in the GTR in the first place? That is truly one of the first cars you bought.
Yeah, it is. When I was, man, I remember, I loved cars, right? And back then I couldn't afford nothing. And I just remember one day going to a Nissan dealership, and they had a burgundy one sitting on the showroom floor when I was younger. And I thought it was the coolest looking car ever. And I remember telling myself, someday I'm going to have one of those. And it just kind of stuck with me. And then when I was able to afford it, Chris Pugh, a friend of mine, had one. And we worked out a deal, and I bought it from him. And, the sky's the limit after that. We have the 09, which, we won Texas 2K this year. We won Meet in the Middle, last year?
Yeah,
last year.
Yeah, last year.
Last year, won Texas 2K this year in it. It's one of the fastest 68 millimeters.
Won cash days in Wyoming.
Won cash days in Wyoming. And then, my son has a Nismo, 2019 Nismo, that runs about 800 wheel horsepower. And then he's got a 50th anniversary of 2020 that runs about 650 horsepower.
Yeah, and those aren't the straight line cars. Those are
track cars.
They go like this.
And he's very, very quick in those.
Yep.
We started at GTRs, and we just kind of went that way, and we love them. And, my son, as he's progressed, he's like, Dad, we need to trade those in for Porsches. And I'm like, son. But we do have, actually, that may come true for him. There was one allocation of a 2024 GT RS.
Oh, GT2?
GT2 RS that landed, last year or the year before? I think we have a video somewhere on Instagram, and we got that allocation. So, we put some money down, and Hudson seems to think that he's going to pick the colors. And actually, what I've been thinking about doing is when that comes out, we should do like everybody pick. Do a community. Do like a community Porsche. Let everybody pick the color, the wheels, the interior. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Do a vote. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll do some polls on everything.
There won't be a lot of those 2024 GT2 RSs out there, and so Odom Racing's allocated one, which is really cool. And,
we'll see if we can get that in.
I'm sure people will love to see that on the
track. That would be epic, I think.
Yeah.
Raise of hands. How many of you like circuit racing?
Kenzie's over there.
It's everyone in the room, so we're gonna.
Fastest girl I know on a track, right over there, Kenzie.
Bridget.
Well, I meant Bridget's the fastest girl by far, but
Never mind. I'm not going there.
Not going there.
Okay, 2 pretty similar questions there. So this guy, not a question, but he says that you're a class act.
Thanks.
His son was one of the lucky winners of when you put the money in the shirts.
Oh man, that's cool.
His son got one of the $500 shirts.
Ooh, that's cool, man. I think one of the biggest moments for me in Street Outlaws was I was talking to fans, and if you guys know me, I'll go sit in the bleachers with the fans. I'll talk to the fans in between my races. I try not to go back and sit in the trailer. I try to hang out with the people that support me, and I'll never forget this family telling me that they saved all year, and this was their vacation to come to Street Outlaws, and I'll never forget how much that touched me. And it's expensive to go to Street Outlaws. It's expensive for us to run it, but that meant a lot to me that people, their hard-earned money they saved all year just to go to Street Outlaws. And so to me, it was just something that I won some money betting from the guys on the line, and I thought, what a better way to be grateful and give back to those people that give to me. So we kind of started doing that on some races, and you know, if I won some money, we would put it in shirts and give it back to the crowd. So, you know, I couldn't do it without you guys, and you guys have been obviously huge supporters of me, and I mean, look at where I came from. Like in 1 year, you know, my popularity went from nobody that even knew me, is my name on the side of a trailer, to, you know, we get thousands and thousands of people that say great things, and you know, we appreciate the haters too. Like, you know, I always said haters made me famous, but I'm grateful for everyone, you know, and so that was our way to give back, and we're grateful to be able to do it.
The best one, I don't know how many of you know this, but John won a lot of money on Jim. You just walked up to the line, you just wanted to hang out, you didn't even want to bet. And there was some dudes sitting down, and they're like, "Hey Odom, you got Jim on this one?" You know, and before you know it, it's like a $1,500 pot. Jim wins. John immediately takes all their money and throws it to the crowd in the t-shirts, and that's the first time it happened, right?
Yeah.
It was in Tulsa.
And then they got really, really mad.
They did get
that I wouldn't bet them back.
Yeah,
because they wanted their money. Back. But I won the money, and I gave it to the crowd, and I was just, you know, so that's how that started.
Yep, crowd's got the money now. Yeah. Okay, final question from the pre-questions.
Yeah.
Would you like to make the GTR faster?
I think every street outlaw in America wants to make their car faster.
Wants to be faster.
You know, we a lot of this has been going out online, right? Because Jim's car was a little faster than mine, but we were winning with my car, and we knew how to win with my car, and so we were working on different, you know, setups, tranny, tires, working on different things in Jim's car, because listen, we built this program to go to the top, and we know how to win, right? But we need to elevate that just a little bit farther. So we kind of got it figured out there at the end of the year. We figured out how to make those cars really fast. And so Jim came to me and he's like, "Hey, do you want to make these changes?"
Right.
And I said no, because no matter what changes you make in the car, it's not going to run the same, and it's going to take a couple times to get it exactly right. And I felt like we only had a couple races left. Yeah. So listen, I stayed with what I had. Now we've already made those changes to the car, and so next year coming out, you know, we're going to test this year. Next year coming out, we're going to really, we feel like we're going to be, you know, somebody to reckon with.
I think so too.
I think everybody agrees with that too.
Yep, I think
even Justin Swanstrom, who's my daddy, I think he agrees with that
too. Everybody's going to have to watch out a little bit. All right, so moving on to the Instagram questions that everybody has so graciously put up. Let me check really quick. Okay, we're looking good.
Cool.
All right. Have you seen the boys from Australia?
Hey, shout out to Bailey, by the way. Hudson said you were watching.
Oh,
appreciate you. Love you. Love you, girl.
We have friends?
We have friends. I have one friend watching that I know of, right?
Okay, so this guy is asking if you've seen the ones in Australia that he went 582, 247. That's the one we talked about in the
I found out about it later on, but it's a fast car. And but so it's not.
It's a pro mod at that point. It's not.
Is it like original? Is it a full body like mine? No. Oh, it's not even.
So it's got the real engine, but it doesn't have the body that yours does. It doesn't have.
Wait, it's still got a V6 in it, and it went how fast?
582, 247.
Yeah.
But it's not following the same rules you are. It's not doing any of that stuff.
Oh, so like weight. So when I have to be 2,800, like so it doesn't have the same weight. It does. Okay.
You came within a few hundredths of a second without being re-geared, without any of that stuff. So
I mean, listen, we've made some faster passes in the car than that, but you know, that's all we could get out of Maryland, just because. It would blow up before the finish line each time. So there you go.
So no worries there. Now this is a cool question. If you were to build another car, what would it be? If you had to pick another body style to go with?
Oh, I don't know, Hudson. What would we do? We've talked about this a little bit. You know, we want to make a small tire. You know, we'll make a small tire car, but we're going to do a GTR, of course, or we want to do a GTR for that. I mean, we're turning the 09 into hopefully the small tire car that either I'll race on the small tire or Hudson will race.
Yep.
What would I build? We.
I always said a Demon would be cool. The Demon body.
Yeah, but that's kind of been done. The Bruder Brothers did a Demon.
Yeah.
Hudson likes those.
I don't know if a Challenger is your style.
No, that's more Josh Gamboni style.
It's Josh.
But yeah, Josh, what's up?
How about Mescalade?
Yeah, I don't know. I you know what I love? I like them a lot.
Somebody just said the Christmas tree star was crooked, and now I can't stop seeing it.
Oh, no.
I'm not tall enough for that.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, we'll get that
Thanks
fixed.
for that. Appreciate it. It's supposed to light up too and shine on the ceiling. It's not doing that, but yeah. I don't know, to be honest with you.
What body style? Okay,
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know.
A pista. Cease and desist letters immediately.
Yeah. Ferrari made it like that. at all.
No.
They didn't like what I did with the current piece style.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna scroll through here. We'll see if we
Yeah.
can find some other questions.
Okay,
Somebody
cool.
said, hopefully to see you win in NPK next year. That'd be sick.
Yeah,
Whether that's the whole thing or a few events, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
More people, huge fan. That's awesome. Thank you
guys.
very much.
Thank you. What a Bailey Tiger.
Oh, somebody's watching everybody on Discovery right now.
Nice.
Oh, I want to start racing. How in the hell do you get into it?
Listen, it takes a bunch of passion and a lot of heart, and it's not easy. And you have to, we failed so many times when we started out with the 09.
Yep.
Right? And when I look back at how we did all this, especially with the 09,
Yep.
we put turbos in it, and then we put exhaust, and then we put you know what I mean? We spent 10 times the money getting to the end product if we just built the end product. But, it's just, you got to love what you do, and we kind of just put everything we had into it. And, we were blessed to do well. But even in the position I was in financially, it still took a toll. It's not easy. So, watching people do it, you're just impressed at how they, you really have to love and live what you do. And that's, the best advice for me, of course, is, work hard. And I don't even know. It's so hard. It's even at my level, it's so hard to do what we do. And
it's hard to make the leap from a guy who hasn't raced much and wants to somebody like you.
Yeah.
Right? So like somebody like myself that's kind of in that in-between realm, what I would offer is people spend money on what they want to spend money on, right? So every spare penny you have, if you want to race, it's going to go towards your race car. It's going to go towards your travel. It's going to go towards your fuel. It's going to go towards all of that stuff. And that's why sponsors are crucial, especially if you want to be competitive.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you want to be competitive and actually attempt to make money or break even on your racing program, sponsors all day long, make a name for yourself. That's why Street Outlaws is so big, is because of the audience that
and
you
we
get.
still have it. We have Stainless Works, we have NGK, but one main big sponsor we still haven't got.
Even where
I'm at, I still haven't got one main big sponsor.
Yeah.
We're looking. So anybody got a free $500,000 out there or a meal? If you want to wrap my car, you let me know.
Yep.
We'll turn that thing pink if we got to.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think Disco Mean would appreciate that.
No,
we're way faster than Disco, so you wouldn't want to go pink anyway. So,
but all of our race cars are Odom Racing sponsored.
Yeah.
Right now, we haven't had any big
sponsors,
and that's cool. It's cool to be able to say.
Yeah, it is, but it can't go on like that anymore.
No,
it just we have to get a sponsor to move forward. At this level, it's incredibly expensive, and it's not cheap.
Yeah, got the passion in the heart, but don't have the money. It's the same guy replying to us.
And I get it. I get it. I don't really know how to. I was a little bit blessed when we built our cars, right? I was able to afford it, but I remember the days that, I would take out my Nissan pickup that was a punk of shit and I would still just race it just because that's what I wanted to do. And I remember it being a kid and taking my parents, Ford Taurus out. It had like 97 horsepower. I put some plugs in it and gapped them.
Exactly.
Thought I was the fastest dude out there,
Everybody
I remember arguing with people. But it's just, I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah, that's all I can say is just, get out there and start doing it. Because say you do take your mom's Ford Taurus out and you race it, and some guy is there and he's like, that guy got a 007 reaction time every time he left the light. I want him to drive my car. And before you know it, you don't own a team, but you're a racing driver.
Look at Daddy Dave. He started out that way. He didn't have the money for a truck. And then, Daddy Dave is such a great driver that, people took notice and then he started driving. Now look at him today.
Headlining SEMA with his car. It's you got to do it every day.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Find your niche and work through it.
Don't lose your passion. And before you know it, you'll be headlining SEMA with your own car.
Heck yeah. I still haven't done that yet. Thanks, Chris. I'm trying.
You're only like 4 years in, right?
Yeah.
4 years and this is where you are.
I'll take it.
I don't think you can complain.
Yeah. No, I'm grateful.
Another good question. What are you doing as a driver to improve your performance for next year?
So, you know, I've got a tree that I work on quite regularly. Trace has a simulator. I know that it's, you know, road course stuff, but it still keeps it fresh.
I was gonna say your reaction time. I'm not talking light reaction time. I'm talking knowing exactly what to do to a car in that split second so it doesn't hit the wall because you've spent so much time on a road course doing exactly that at 150 miles.
Well, I mean,
an
if
hour.
you watch a lot of my stuff, you know, it was funny because if you remember, all the haters when I started driving this car said I couldn't drive.
Yep.
And there was nights that I would lay in bed and question that myself. Like, I have a 7-second GTR at 200 miles an hour in the quarter, right?
Yeah.
Well, now I have a 3 whatever car at 200 miles an hour in the eighth. And so you think about that. And I remember, you know, Jeff Lutz coming to Texas 2K. And that's when me and him were just starting to be friends. And, you know, I love Jim and I love Jeff. And, you know, Jeff really, you know, Jim kind of helped me with the car and all that stuff moving forward. And Jeff really helped me, like, mentally. And, you know, he was my friend out the gate.
Yep.
Remember that first time he came up and raced me? We had the 09 in Idaho. And he's like, hey, you want a grudge? And I'm like, oh my God, Jeff Lutz just talked to me, right? I'm losing my mind. And I'll never forget, I told Trace, I'm like, Jeff Lutz just asked me to race. Now I got waxed, right?
Props to Jeff Lutz.
Yeah, but then we got to be friends. And I'll never forget, he came to Texas 2K this year and I won in my GTR.
Yep.
And he was at the starting line and I took off. And if you guys know much about GTRs, they're like a bucking Bronco. You got to drive the wheels off those things, left, right. I'll never forget, I made a pass and I came around and I parked and got out and I had, you know, won that race and Jeff Letts come up and he's like, you know what? I watched you drive that car and I can tell you that you'll be a very, very, very good no prep driver. And he was right. I feel like, you know, throughout the year, I had a lot of street outlaw guys come up to me and say, you know, man, you can really drive that car. And that was pretty cool for them to tell me that because, you know, there's not a lot of guys that can, there may be a lot of guys that can handle, a 4-second car, 200 mile in the eighth. But when that gets sideways and things get crazy, that's when a true driver comes in. And I feel like this year we went through, I mean, I used to scare the crap out of you how many times? I mean, I'd come back and you'd be white as a ghost.
Once again, if you haven't seen the World Cup Finals YouTube video, and if you haven't watched the Dallas Finals in Ennis, Texas, both of those videos have just some insane side to side, you know, it was cold, it was loose, and John never touched the wall. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. And the other thing we say is, we think, personally, that a good circuit racer
100%
can be a great drag racer, but a great drag racer might struggle to be a good circuit racer.
Yep.
Because that's not. Yeah.
And so we believe that, and we told a lot of people that, and everybody made fun of us to start with. And then, I mean, if you look at me, I feel like, you know, that came to fruition.
I think it's transferred. Yep. Very cool. All right, let's see if we got anything else in here. Anything question-wise. Let's see.
We got Scotty too.
Jeff, so awesome. I was gonna say we gotta try and get Scotty.
Yeah, we gotta get Scotty. Hey Hudson, can you get Scotty on the phone? Let's do a little FaceTime with Scotty.
Best track to circuit race near Idaho? UMC ? I'd say
UMC in Tooele, Utah.
Yep.
And Firebird here as far as the track.
He's talking circuit.
Yeah, UMC. Yeah, Utah Motorsports Campus.
13 hours away is
my son's over in the back saying 13 hours away is as good as they can have.
If you go to UMC and you do it right, it can be a 2-day trip. If you drive there the night before, race in the morning and drive home, 2 days, don't lose any time off work, you don't spend too much money, it's pretty cheap to go to a track day. Laguna Seca, that's like...
But Laguna Seca is epic. I'll never forget waking up with the mist hanging over Laguna Seca. Truly. Got Scotty on the phone.
There's nothing like
Scott. Oh, we got FaceTime. Scotty. All right. Scott Whitty from 1320.
Come on.
He was going to be our first guest, and then.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
What's up, buddy?
What up, Scotty?
What up?
What are you doing?
That's not doing too good.
What's up, dude? You're my first guest on our Instagram. Have you been watching us on Instagram Live?
Oh, man.
I've been watching.
Hey, Scotty, what's up? Scott Whitty, everybody, 1320. I mean, man, me and you kind of got to be friends racing cars. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we turned out, now we're pretty great friends. We spend a lot of time together on and off the track. And, just found out Scotty's going to PRI. So, I mean, hell, we're gonna spit maggots calling you, by the way, Bug. I'm declining her. Yeah, so one of the videos that did really well, if you guys haven't seen it, Scotty's talking about the green
Supra.
the green Supra, and he's like, this is the fastest Supra with a Hemi, and this is the fastest GTR, and that got like 1 million views.
Yeah, that was,
like people love that.
That went pretty viral. That was
pretty viral. So, you know, as you guys know, 1320 is, you know, one of the best photographer video things in the country when it comes to cars.
Yep.
And of course, Scott Whitty's the best at it. You look at a lot of my photos that say Odom Racing have your logo. He's like, he's cutting in and out, but I know you're.
Hey, 13. This guy says 1320 makes great videos, and that's the truth. And they take great photos.
Ooh, great photos. Scott Whitty. That's because of Scott Whitty.
Yeah, it is exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll be at PRI, so we'll have some fun there.
Yep.
And yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't even know you were going really until I seen your post, and so it's kind of cool. Done a last minute.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what do you what all you got the rest of the year? Is that kind of it for you guys as far as 1320?
So no, we got that going on, and then we have this series coming out.
Whoa.
And yeah, so
We announcing this on Odom Racing Live. Whoa, 1320 new series.
you guys don't get into the name yet, but we have this series coming out. We've been working on. We've got a few things filmed, and we're going down to Arizona a week after PRI to get a couple more things filmed. And
Well, that's cool.
hopefully, really soon here, you guys are gonna see this really cool series coming out.
Hey guys, so I just found this out. 1320 has a new series coming out.
Yep.
Of course, you know, Scotty hasn't told us the name, but everybody pay attention to that because we'll be first in line to watch
Yeah,
that.
that's still very cool.
It's still very, very cool. So Kyle, thanks for everything you do. And yeah, that'll be cool. That's exciting. So
I'm excited.
And tell Samina and Kim here I said hi.
oh, they're right here. Hey. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show. You're officially my first guest, so I love you and I appreciate you.
Hell yeah. See you later, buddy. I'll see you in a couple days.
See you in a couple days. Bye. Well, that was cool. Hey, learned something new, dude.
Yeah, that was-
1320's got a new show coming out.
That was
new
pretty
series.
cool. That was
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool. I like that.
Pay attention to that.
Well, shoot, I don't know how long we've been live now. Can you look at the
An
camera?
hour.
Are you serious? No way.
What time? It says 29 minutes.
Oh, 29 minutes, 30 minutes.
30
Well, talk
minutes.
to me.
I'm
Is
pretty.
there any other questions? Let's go through.
No, nothing's come through.
Nothing's come
Just
through.
people that love you and 1320. And
The Robin question.
Oh,
That's a big
that's
deal.
right.
Oh, what's going on with the Robin?
We're gonna finish with a little
drama.
drama.
I'm not
If it happened again, if you raced Robin,
I'd stuff his ass.
you double ball him.
Double.